There's the intro card. Hadres bringing the Skaven against EC TheGreenOne and the Beastman. It's round one of their best of three. Winner will be heading to the finals. Oops, I forgot to turn off my camera. That's right, the story, and move right back to you. And cow, why is it funny? Is this barnyard animals against rats? Yeah, I guess when I put it that way, it is funny. Alright, starting with the blue player and this Ratman. I'm going to be looking here at a Doom Wheel, yes, along with some Poison Wind Mortars, Poison Wind Globadiers, 3 Skaven Slave Slings, thank you for the follow, Vic77. I'm also going to be seeing the Council Guard Stormvermin, along with 1, 2, 3, 4, perhaps, Clan Rat Spears with shields. And then we have Skaven Slave Spears, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5th Skaven Slave being just a generic variant. Got a Plague Priest on top of a Plague Furnace. He's got Pestilent Birth, which has been increased to 16 wounds of magic for the summon. Got Vermintide and Pestilent Breath, along with Plague Rast and Billowing Death. Now, also in the army, we have Ikid Zazap, going to be the ROR Warp Lightning Cannon. And then leading the army, we have Queek Headtaker. That bonus versus infantry of 35. So against infantry, his melee attack goes all the way up from 66 to what would that be? 101? Or am I terrible? Yeah, I think that's 101. So very good chance at hitting infantry. And then his melee defense, or his weapon strength, goes up to 455. So don't see him too often. I'm happy to see him. And also, before I forget, let's cover his items. Got Trophy Head, Stand Your Ground, and Verminous Valor with the Warp Shard Armor. Damn. Now, that will rat out the Skaven army. Let's go see what the Beastmen have brought. And if Morgor's here, I think Queek Headtaker may have something to say about it. But checking out the infantry, this time we'll go left flank to right flank. Got Centigores, and then Ungor Spearmen Herd with shields, Gore Herd with shields. Looks like a total of 4. Another Gore Herd, or Ungor Herd with shields, and a third one on the far right flank. We're then going to have a second Centigore, once again, one on either flank. Very symmetrical build with 2 Minotaurs with great weapons, also in a symmetrical position. We have a Bray Shaman of Beast, going to be looking here at Transformation of Kadan and Wissen's Wild Form, if I'm not mistaken, increasing the armor and base weapon damage of allies. Also going to see Wild Heart. Now, Morgor the Shadow Gave is going to be bringing Call to Violence and both of his Chaos Spawn summons. Nothing else. So, let's get some looks here at the Minotaurs, because I would be remiss not to. I also didn't mention there's a third Centigore and Chaos Warhounds with poison on the far right flank. And yeah, so the right flank will be a bit more stacked than the left. Doom Wheel coming out to play. There's not going to be too much to counter him besides the Minotaurs with great weapons, but they have to be careful because of that Warp Lightning Cannon. However, Centaur's coming out looking to get on top of the Skaven Slave Spears. They'll have a field day there, especially if the Skaven Slave Spears are not braced. And Centaurs are very fast, so right now it looks like the Doom Wheel making an approach over here. Oh, friendly fire! Ouch! Oh, that must have been targeting the Centigores based on its pathing, but then just blew up the Skaven Slaves. Centigores coming out to get on top of the Doom Wheel now, and the Doom Wheel could be in trouble here if these Minotaurs are able to do damage quickly enough, but my suspicion is Doom will be able to escape here relatively unscathed because the Beastmen probably won't want to blob up on top of it within a range of those Poison Wind mortars at the moment. Over here, we're going to see a fourth and second Warhound. So, sorry, a fourth Centaur and a second Warhound in the backline who are all diving into Skaven Slave Spears. Unfortunately, those Skaven Slave Spears will be braced, so probably not going to be the best engagements, but we'll see what happens. The timing is definitely good. You can see the Beastmen are hitting pretty much the entire army at once. So we'll see what they can do. Right now, Bray Shaman taking some damage from the Warp Lightning Cannon, and Morgor the Shadow Gabe just getting into combat now to support his Gore Herd. Chaos Bonsum going down on top of the Poison Wind Mortars. Over here, we have Centaurs and Poison Warhounds diving after all the Skaven infantry, trying to get a sandwich on them maybe, and they may succeed, but the Doom Wheel here are going to be very, very threatening. But overall, I'm liking the micro from both players here. They're really evenly matched from what I can see. Balance of Power still giving it a pretty even match too. Maybe slightly leaning towards the Beastman favor. Now here come the big boys. We got the Minotaurs with great weapons, getting ready to dive into the center. They're going to hit the Clanarts' spears, which normally would be a bad engagement, but they're going to be able to break them almost instantly. And now the Gore Herd are following up that charge, and it looks like the Beastmen may be making it through the center here and getting into the back line. And look at that, the timing. We also have Centaurs and other units pushing into the back lines too. And it looks like the Skaven formation is definitely compromised at this point. The question is, will the Doom Wheel pretty much working with the infantry be able to cause enough terror to pull this back into their favor? But right now with the Chaos Bond summons on the field, I do worry about the Skaven's chances here of stopping, or of moving the Doom Wheel around with impunity. Looks like Minotaurs with great weapons have actually been committed to this fight too, and now the Doom Wheel's all alone in a sea of Beastmen. Minotaurs with great weapons, Gore Herd, Chaos Bond, Centaurs. Like, this Doom Wheel is going nowhere, and this may be the moment the Beastmen, crush the life out of the Skaven army. So I won't be surprised if we see a concession here shortly, unless something drastic happens. Because over here, as you can see as well, the Plague Priest about to be routed, getting a summon off before that would happen with the Plague Monks, but routing immediately after. And things are just not looking the best for the Skaven right now. Meanwhile, over here, Queek Headtaker. I'm so sorry I missed it, Queek, but I think the results speak for themselves. We see a shaken Morgor, very low on health, running away from the battlefield. He is terrified of what, you ask? Well, Queek Headtaker. Queek is out here murdering Morgor, and now he's murdering everybody over here because he is that tough. But he was over here trying to take Morgor's head, and he nearly had it by the looks of it. Would be quite the head to take. That's a lot of dreadlocks. Or is that what that? Yeah, it looks like whatever his hair is. Over here, you can see the Beastman just continuing to choke the life out of the Doom Wheel. It's restricted its mobility, and it is now getting smashed by Minotaurs with great weapons. And that's going to be a GG, well played, but TheGreenOne taking the first battle in a rather convincing manner, as far as I'm concerned. I need to enunciate more. Damn HW. Very good game over here. We got Council Guard Vermin holding out, but it's going to be it. Yeah, Beastman Rush just going hard. Really, it seems to me like the only thing that really worked out according to plan for the Skaven in this build was probably Queek Headtaker and the Council Guard. Everything else seemed to underperform. I think because Zap did okay. Doomwheel was doing okay too, but once it got pinned by those Minotaurs and Centaurs, it was over. And Centaurs, like, just so good against Skaven. The Beastman infantry trades so well across the board with the Skaven. The Minotaurs, perfect counters to Doomwheels, anything like that. I usually don't see two great weapons But it worked out here, you can't argue with the results. They're great at killing plague furnaces, doom bells, doom wheels, or screaming bells and plague furnaces, sorry. So, yeah, Beastmen just have a lot of good options here, and I think it was on full display in this matchup, so very well done to TheGreenOne. We'll see if Hadres can claw it back and bring it to a tiebreaker. Hadres Greenskins. GreenOne Wood Elves. Round 2 of this best of 3 semifinal. Winner heading to the final from here. And right now GreenOne is on match point of 1-0. Would you bring those stony giants with green eyes, Kingfan? What? Ice just crashed. He is 1-0 right now. Thanks for the heads up, Hank Cyrus. Is he streaming his match too? That sucks if he just crashed. Alright, let's get to it, everybody. We're on our red side now. And it's TheGreenOne with the Wood Elves. He's going to have a front line of 4 Dryads. Going to have, oops, looks like 4 Eternal Guard with shields. We then have 5 Glade Guard. It looks like 2 Hagbane Tips, 3 Starfire Shafts. Gonna have 2 Glade Riders with spears and 2 Wild Riders with shields. Other than that, we have a leadership team, and it's gonna be a 1 tree woman team by the looks of it, and her name is Dryka. Dryka is over here in the forest with her Malevolent Dryad summon and Pit of Shades, and also Enfeebling Foe. I don't know how I missed that initially, but here we are, the Greenskins. Front line already put up in formation. We got Orc Biggins, 1, 2, 3, 4, and is that a 5th? Yes, it is. So 5 Orc Biggins. We got the 8 Peak Loonies in the center. Going to be seeing here 4 Forest Goblin Spider Rider Archers, and then 4 Forest Goblin Spider Riders. Other than that, for the leadership, we are going to be seeing a River Troll Hag. River Troll Hag's going to have Spirit Leech, Mither, and Power Stone. An Overwhelming Odor. And we're also going to be seeing Grom the Paunch, with the Axe of Grom, and Lucky Banner. The Great One is here, and Language of the Boys. Now, there you are, Orc Shaman. Sorry for missing you. Orc Shaman here is going to be bringing Fist of Gork, Brain Burster, and here we go. No, not here we go. What is that called? Power of Dewa. There we go. Greenskin's ready to chop them to bits. Biggins do have good armor. 50, not the worst, not the best, but still not bad. Weapon strength all the way up to 42, and that's a bonus versus Arch of 8, so 50, and that means they're going to have a 46% hit chance against large units as well. So Biggins, some of the greatest infantry in the game for the price point. Language of the Boys. Did I say the wrong thing? Is it the Lucky Banner? Oh, wait a minute. Axe of Grom, Lucky Banner, the Great One is here. Yeah, Language of the Boys. You're just laughing at my correct pronunciation, King Thran. Anywho, we have our armors pushing forward. Gonna see Grom the Paunch leading the way here on his chariot, going through some light thickets. Spider Riders also pushing forward, and then on the other side of this little ridge, we're going to be seeing the Wood Elf army also getting in position. They have quite a lot of infantry with the Dryads and the Eternal Guard respectively, and now all of the Wood Elf archers are opening fire into the Greenskin forces. So let's go ahead and turn the banners back on and take a look at what's going on. Dryads charging out to meet the Orc Biggins. Biggins really trading perfect, like very, very well against the Dryads. They're absolutely smashing them with their superior weapon strength. Going to see a Brain Burster go down next to him too, and just like that, the left flank Dryad is already routing, and it looks like the one just to the right of it is also going to be routing soon after a nice loon goes through it from the 8-peak loonies. Over here, Grom the Paunch going after Dryka, but he is getting targeted by a lot of Blade Guard fire. Got to be careful, but the Glade Guard in turn need to be careful because you have a lot of greenskins and no infantry separating them. We do see some Eternal Guard pushing forward and some Wild Riders in the background looking like they're going to be pushing forward to try to engage. Over here, Pit of Shades going down on top of quite a lot of greenskin units, catching some big uns and some nasty skulkers, doing a nice bit of damage. Pit of Shades, a nice spell. Happy to see it in use here from Dryka. 8-peak loonies getting charged hard by the Wild Riders, but then the Wild Riders going to peel off that charge to go after the Forest Goblin Spider Riders, and that's going to be nice. Charge to charge, Forest Goblin Spider Riders should dominate here, but Biggins are coming into support, so they'll have to be careful and not linger. Meanwhile, Glade Guard look like they've done a good job pulling back and forming a line of fire, while the Eternal Guard and Wild Riders and Glade Riders are pushing out to tie up the greenskins. Right now, balance of power in the Wood Elf favor. But it ain't over yet. Meanwhile, Glade Riders' spears, as we were mentioned, going in now at the center through the back to get on top of these archers. But we have more Forest Goblin Spider Rider archers diving in, and it looks like these Glade Riders' spears are going to get surrounded and killed off. So that's going to be a painful loss for the Wood Elves. But over here, we're going to be seeing the archers continue to fire away, doing some good damage. Dryka doing oh no, another Pit of Shades, this time on top of some Spider Rider archers. And just look at them doing some good damage. Maybe a bit of an overspend for archers, but I don't mind it. Honestly, kind of happy to just still happy to see Pit of Shades in use. One of my favorite spells in the game. Over here, Glade Guard just continuing to fire, very healthy, very high in ammunition, and nothing is really compromising them as of yet. Over here, it looks like the Wood Elves picking up a victory against the Forest Goblin Spider Riders, but they're going to need to do it sooner rather than later. Pull back here because it looks like the Glade Guard are going to be under some pressure as these Orc Biggins are pushing forward. Dryka diving in after them to try to stop them. But over here, we're also seeing, looks like the greenskins are punching through on the Wood Elf's left flank. We do see the Forest Goblin Spider Riders have nothing between themselves and the Glade Guard, and Grom the Paunch is accompanying them. So right now, Wood Elf's on their heels. They still have the balance of power, but their left flank is caving in. But here come the Wild Riders trying to change that. We're diving in, hitting some of the biggins. Nice charge, but getting countercharged immediately by Grom and a whole lot of Forest Goblin Spider Rider archers. So I don't know how long they're going to hold, but it looks like the Wood Elves are going to take advantage of every last second they do. Over here, it looks like we're going to be seeing a Brain Burster or a Pit of Shades again on top of the Wild Riders. And man, those I guess not on top of the Wild Riders, on top of the Forest Goblin Spider Riders and the big ones, but it still did friendly fire to the Wild Riders. So curious decision, but I mean, the balance of power continuing to go in favor of the Wood Elves now. Still have a ton of ammunition on these guys, and the Wild Riders are doing beautiful work. Over here, Grom the Paunch, under the pressure of a ton of Blade Guard, especially the ones with Starfire Shafts that do the armor piercing, is just taking so much damage. He has the Lucky Banner on for that 40% ward save, but even that may not be enough to save him, and he is still wavering. We see the Glade Riders trying to chase him down, but the giant River Troll Hag coming in just in the nick of time to play defense for Grommy Boy. Wild Riders pushing through the forest over here into the Forest Goblin Spider Riders. Looks like they are going to successfully get on top of them and just trounce them. Over here, Glade Guard continue to be microed very, very well by TheGreenOne. And right now, they really have their pick of targeting because just look, the Greenskin army is falling apart. It's just the River Troll Hag. Dryka going in after her, and boom. All of the Glade Guard going to open fire on her and her big old sack of fish. I love Pit of Shades. It's expensive, but not too expensive for the Winds of Magic, unless you overcast it. Dryka getting some crazy good value there. the Pit of Shades really did change the course of a lot of the engagements there. So, well played to him. I like that Wood Elf build a lot, and it worked out very well. This Greenskin army, not an easy thing to deal with, and Hadres, a very skillful player. But you see the green one, just both of those battles really on top of his game. But I mean, as you saw, the Greenskins were just crushing the front line, just crumped all of the Dryads. They were just smashed in no time, and they smashed the Clade card too. But all of those units bought enough time for his archers to get tons of work done. Look at that. 1100, 1050, 1300, 821, 884, and then his cav, once again, not even necessarily paying for themselves, but tying up so many units. And the Wild Riders, once again, not paying for themselves, but definitely paying for themselves, because the defense they played is what allowed these archers to get all that damage. And so you look at all these archers combined, that's like 5,000 damage. So they came close to doing half of the damage output of this entire Wood Elf army. And then you count in Dryka, and all of them did way over half damage, to half of the entire damage to this Greenskins army. So really well played and well executed micro there from the green one. So we'll see how he does in the final and who his opponent is going to be, because it's going to be Ice Power or CC3 Ruben.